Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I do hope you lot are all doing well this week, friends. I really do hope that. Oh my, is this a Chelsea news video? I'm not so sure, but I'm reacting to Matt Law's recently published article regarding big Romelu Lukaku. Yes, indeed, boys and girls, this story is very, very real. In the sobering instance of not being able to sign Erling Haaland this summer. And probably, if we are going to try and go in hard for Romelu Lukaku and sign Lukaku this summer, then we won't be getting Erling Haaland. And the big fear is that he will mosey on down to Manchester United for the release clause of only £65 million. That is not much money at all. Harry Kane will want to go to City. If Chelsea get Lukaku, then yeah, Erling Haaland to replace Edinson Cavani next season for a measly £65 million in terms of the buyout clause value. Yes, there would be other fees involved, like Riola and whatever, but it would be mad and it would be difficult to take. But hey, you know, big clubs, big signings, lots of money. This is what happens. So let's talk about Romelu Lukaku. Oh yeah, I probably should quickly take a minute to urge you all to subscribe to this channel. Football Therapy. Hey, only if you want to, mate. If you want to. And if you do, hit that all-important bell notifications icon. And while we're on the train of doing me freaking favours, yeah, drop a like, tell me out in the horrible abyss that is the algorithm. I am not going to read you out this entire Matt Law article that is behind a paywall. No. But obviously, this will be cited for other journalists to talk about key factors. Chelsea, of course, have had a bid rejected from Inter Milan for Romelu Lukaku for about £85 million and Marcus Alonso. It's a serious bid. I reported on it this morning. It's a serious bid. Inter Milan reportedly want £100 million for Romelu Lukaku, and they're not interested in players particularly. They just want to generate revenue. £100 million is the number. Bearing in mind, excuse me, I've got hay fever. Bearing in mind Erling Haaland, it's probably closer to £150 million. So, £50 million cheaper than Haaland. He's in his prime. He's the MVP of Serie A, winning the Scudetto. And he's hungry. He's probably in the form of his life. We'll talk about Lukaku a little bit more, but let me just digress and say this. He's 28 years old. His value will depreciate from now onwards. Yes, strikers can be good in their 30s now. You know, Giroud was great. You know, not amazing numbers, but generally a very good striker. Look at Robert Lewandowski playing for Bayern Munich, form of his life. Should have won the Ballon d'Or last season, won every single trophy available, won every single individual award available apart from that. And he's like, what, 33 then or something? Romelu Lukaku is 28. So it's not like, you know, it's the end. But in terms of a business perspective and what your asset is worth, Romelu Lukaku and Harry Kane are depreciating in value now onwards. Whereas Erling Haaland is quite the opposite. You know, even if Chelsea bought him for £150 million, they would have an asset that's worth and sellable to get their money back. Romelu Lukaku is not going to get any money back. That's just as it is, how it is. But he might score goals and win Chelsea titles. That's the thing, isn't it? That is the thing. And he would be good. The thing is, people are upset about it. I'm gonna cite a little bit more information from the article in just a moment. But people would be upset if Haaland doesn't come to Chelsea and goes elsewhere. But lots of people actually prefer Lukaku. He's an elite striker. He's so much better than he was in the Premier League, even though he was a proven Premier League goalscorer. He's developed his play. He's a gunman. And he's a Chelsea man. He loves Chelsea. Remember when his eyes lit up when he went to Stamford Bridge? Yes, he's loved being at Inter and he's happy with the fans and he's had an incredible achievement over there. One that he'd like to defend his Serie A title and all that kind of stuff. But you know, apparently there's reports suggesting he will make his decision on which out of Inter and Chelsea on who is he more likely to win trophies with. And at the moment, they're without Conte, they're without Hakimi, and reports coming, the information from this Matt Law report suggesting that Inter are still in big financial trouble even after selling Achraf Hakimi, and they need to sell one other big elite player. Now, the report suggests they would prefer to sell Lautaro Martinez, who of course is younger than Romelu Lukaku. He's a lot younger, and if he gets better, his value could go up. Now, I don't want to get too stuck on this asset value thing, because ultimately you want a striker to come and play for your club. That's what Lukaku brings. But remember, Haaland's jumped around, man. He's really young. He seems like he's got itchy feet. He wants to move around. He might come to Chelsea and want to go in 2 years. Chelsea might be okay with selling him because they might make, their money back or something, and a lot of money that they need at the time. But ultimately, with Romelu Lukaku, you feel like he'd dedicate this last long contract to just giving everything to Chelsea and winning as much as he can with Chelsea before he's in the autumn years of his career, or like even more so than that, even later than that. So there's all these things you've got to consider. Now, out of the two, you'd probably say he'd win more trophies at Chelsea. Especially if he's thinking, well, look, Achraf Hakimi's gone, and they want to sell another big star. And if it's not me, it's going to be Lautaro Martinez, my strike partner, we're the reason why Inter did so well. And he's just left with Lukaku. Yeah, they're prized asset, but all the good things around him that made him win the Serie A title, Hakimi, Antonio Conte, Lautaro Martinez, they're all gone. So who are you going to win trophies with? He's surely got to think about that, Lukaku. He's surely got to think about that and think, actually, yeah, I better move to Chelsea. So 100 million's the fee. They don't want Alonso. They're not interested in Alonso. They prefer to sell Lautaro Martinez. And although publicly they've been saying, no, nothing's for sale. If they can't sell Martinez, then, the thoughts are that they'll sell Lukaku. And of course, Lukaku... He's, like I just said, with all this going on around him, he might actually go, you know what, man? You know what? Fair enough. I want to go. I want to go to Chelsea. Can you make it happen, please? And he says that, £100 million, 120 million euro, I believe. It can happen. Lukaku split from his old agent Mino Raiola, who brokered the United move. Of course, Chelsea really disliked Mino Raiola, and they wouldn't have to deal with him if they bought Lukaku. They'd deal with Federico Pastorello, who enjoys a good relationship with Chelsea. And in fact, Alfredo Padula, remember that guy, that journalist? He said that said agent wants to push for Chelsea. Like, Lukaku's happy, and he hasn't publicly stated he wants Chelsea yet. But the agent has said, is reportedly wanting to push him towards Chelsea. Agent fees, of course, but also being like, look, mate, you'll probably win more trophies at Chelsea. So, let's break it down. How do I feel about this? Well, I feel Romelu Lukaku is an elite striker. He feels like he's got unfinished business. He'll want to win a golden boot in the Premier League. He's probably seen how Chelsea have just won the Champions League, the greatest trophy, the trophy that he's probably wishing to win in his career. And he's Tuchel's just done that. 2 finals in a row, and then won it. That's the manager that's managing Chelsea. And an important thing that I spoke about in this morning's video is Lukaku needs to feel loved generally. That's the common consensus about him as a player. He didn't get that from Manchester United, reportedly. He absolutely got that from Antonio Conte. Conte, as Matt Law said on different occasions, Conte will argue till the death that Lukaku's the best centre-forward in the world playing in football. That's genuinely... He believed that when he was managing Chelsea. That's why he wanted him so much. That's feeling wanted. That's feeling loved. And that's why he won into the Scudetto and, like I said, yet again, won the Best Player of the Season award. He's in the form of his life. And Romelu Lukaku is an elite striker. He's easily a top 5 striker in the world. Chelsea can't finish chances. They've just won the Champions League. It's probably not time to start thinking, we need a striker for the next 10 years in Haaland. No, we just won the Champions League. We've got Thomas Tuchel right now. We go again. Let's go and win the Champions League again. Why not? Let's win the Premier League right now. And that's what Romelu Lukaku, easy for me to say, could help offer. Anyway, I think it would be a good signing. Ultimately, if you ask me, yes, recently I would have preferred Haaland, but as I think about it more and more, I'm really coming around to the idea of Romelu Lukaku, and I think he'd basically solve all the problems immediately. He knows what English football's like. He knows what it's like to score loads of goals in the Prem. To me, it seems ideal. What do you think, though, friends? I want to hear it. So make sure you comment down below your thoughts on the big ROM transfer. Drop a like if you want to help me out in the dark abyss that is the YouTube algorithm. And of course, consider subscribing if you're new. Oh, also, quick plug. Thank you to everyone who's followed my music Instagram to come and hear me sing, play guitar, play piano, play violin, DJ and stuff like that. It's all on there. Follow me on @YanniTunes on Instagram @YanniTunes. Yeah, I've got immediately like nearly 500 followers on there. Everyone's loving the music. So thank you to everyone who's come to check that out and support me. If you use Instagram, do go follow YanniTunes. YANNYTUNES. Alright guys, enjoy the football. Peace.